Gorlovka is a once thriving city located 50 kilometers from Donetsk. Since 2014, it has been part of the Donetsk People's Republic. And according to the results of the referendum in September 2022, it is part of Russia. It is one of the largest industrial centers of Donbass. The leading industries are coal, mining, engineering, chemical, food. Now, due to frequent shelling, production is almost stopped. Hundreds of citizens, including children, are injured by shrapnel. The number of deaths is growing. In total, from 2014 to 2023, 342 people died in Gorlovka, including 171 men, 149 women, and 22 children. 1,098 people were injured with varying degrees of severity. 538 men, 485 women, 75 children. Civilian infrastructure is suffering. Schools, kindergartens, hospitals. People are losing their homes and livelihoods. Another attack was recorded on the 23rd of February 2023. 6 shells with 152 mm caliber were fired from the Ukrainian side. Until the 22nd of February 2022, on the territory of Gorlovka, 4,820 civil infrastructure facilities, including 4,656 residential buildings, were damaged. Since February 2022, 3,679 civilian objects have been damaged due to shelling from the Ukrainian side, including 2,747 residential buildings, 203 industrial facilities, gas pipelines, water pipelines, 211 boiler houses. Since the end of February 2022, serious problems with water supply have begun in Gorlovka as well as throughout the territory of the DPR. On the 21st of February, due to shelling by the Ukrainian side, several water supply stations were damaged, including the pumping station of the South Donbass water pipeline. And on the 24th, in the area of Gorlovka, the Seversky Donets Donbass Canal was damaged. This is a key water supply facility in the region. As a result, water stopped flowing into the DPR from the territory controlled by Ukraine. Problems with water supply affected residential buildings, hospitals, schools, kindergartens, enterprises. The supply was limited, once every few days. In June 2022, it was possible to establish the supply of additional water to the Seversky Donets Donbass Canal, but people still feel an acute shortage of water. Residents of Gorlovka continue to suffer from water shortages and systematic shelling, and the Ukrainian side often uses prohibited weapons. On the 24th of February 2023, the FO used cluster munitions to shell the Kalininsky district of Gorlovka. A shell burst was recorded between residential buildings. A 39-year-old woman was injured. Also, 29 power lines were cut. Since 2010, an international convention has come into force prohibiting the use, transfer and accumulation of cluster munitions, because their victims are primarily civilians, including children. Such shells kill very often, even years after their use. International organizations, including the UN, do not record separately the injury and death of civilians in Donbass, as well as damage to civilian infrastructure. The published reports provide only general data on the victims, taking into account the territories controlled by Kyiv. This approach encourages the Ukrainian side to further violations of international humanitarian law against civilians in the conflict zone.